Okay, quick question. Why does this game exist? This is Rumble Roses. It's a 2004 PlayStation 2 wrestling game. Get this, made by the same people who gave us WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. And except for realism or story depth or, subtleness or just like something, we get an all-female wrestling roster, mud fights, alter egos, super robots. And somehow Konami was like, yeah, just ship it. So today we're asking the most important question of all time. Why does this game exist? Why? Why? First off, the intro is just scandalous. YouTube friendly. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were going for. But just absolutely unhinged. All you see is just cheeks and crotch and underboob and more underboob and just release us from the shackles of underboob. Konami, why? Don't get me wrong, the intro catches your attention, but it's just too much for me. Oh, I'm just a girl. Interesting intro. It's very explicit, so if you're in a room with your parents, I suggest don't play that game. To be fair, I don't think any child is asking for a PS2, so I think you're fine, but just I warned you. I want to do the story mode. I want to see what meat the story has, because surely it's not all about like crotches and ass and underboob. Is it? Surely there's something deeper, something that's showcasing a reflection of our society, something. I was sorely mistaken. There was nothing. The story essentially centers around Raiko and sort of her family ties in this in the Rumble Roses. Haha, I get it, because the game's Rumble Roses and the tournament's Rumble Roses. So it centers around her and her family ties, as in her mom used to wrestle for Rumble Roses.
Mom, if you're up there listening, I've come all this way to debut in the country where you died wrestling.
And her mom's passed away, and then her sister joins the Rumble Roses to go find their mom or do something, and then her sister disappears, so now she joins Rumble Roses to go find said sister.
I haven't heard from Sis.
Oh.
Since she told me that she was coming
Is she gonna be a rival?
To enter the Rumble Rose.
Is she the fake black one with the
Maybe
tan?
I'll find out what happened to her.
We're there to, I guess, prove to our mom, our dead mom by the way, that yeah, we can live up to your legacy and find said sister has disappeared, all while in the skimpiest little outfits. And mind you, I support it. I understand. Okay, it's a gift to be that hot. That's the opener, and the game sort of jumped. Oh, and she also wants to be the best wrestler in the world. That's also so pick a side, you know what I mean? First match with this goddamn bitch was so hot. The game tells you nothing. I don't know why, but for PS2 games just did we were kids playing these games, and tell me why half of these games had no instructions. Because when I went in, I was like, yeah, they're gonna teach me how to block and everything. They taught me nothing. I don't have to break crabs. Ow! I thought I was having I thought I was having a moment where I was maybe I'm too old to play games. Maybe I just don't this is just not for me. Because it took me how many tries for? 4 tries to get this motherfucker. 4 tries. I won. There we go. Oh. Nice. Please be the finisher. After you win said first match, this is post-match cutscene, whatever. Walking into a locker and you come across Evil Rose. I didn't even get a celebration or anything. Ugh. Oh. Daredevil.
Evil Rose.
That's right. So Evil Rose is literally what it is. She's evil, but she's really sexy. So she's like this like little devil. Like, I kid you not, she has a tail. She has a devil tail. So fierce, so fun and fresh. Mwah, chef's kiss. And essentially, she kind of stops Reiko in her tracks and she's like, Reiko, go home. No, go home. And Reiko's like, bitch, you're not my mom, you're not my sister. Or are you? I guess like the idea sounds like brewing or whatever. And it's quite odd because the first person you see, you're like, oh, that's my sister. Hello? Can we have like some fucking stranger danger? And then Reiko's like, why do you care about me? Who do you think you are? Why are you like on my back? And then that's when she's like, dude, off the bat, people have figured it out. Come on, like, give us something more substantial. But anyway, you're just like thrown into a mud fight match. Like, I don't know if Diddy worked on this game, but my god, I'm 10 minutes in and I'm in the mud. Okay, so essentially Raiko ends up at this like random mud match side. Then we come across another character. Okay, so this character is one of my favorite, because to me, I assumed it was Britney Spears, but I'm mistaken. I feel like they try to model this character after Beyonce, because like the Texan accent, very proud Texan.
And Tex-Mex was all excited about you.
This was quintessential black. And I was very much confused that my Britney Spears was like a black gal. She was a black gal, you know what I mean? No! Next, we get approached by, you know, Mrs. Cover Up. I say cover up because she had the most clothes on. And she comes and she's like, oh my goodness, like, you're so old. Like, oh my word, I want to fight you. And you're like, I just thought, babe, my back still sore from being slammed into the concrete. Because you guys should realize that, like, mud doesn't stop you from, like, feeling your bones scrape on concrete ground. So we end up fighting Miss Cover Up off screen.
Oh, yeah, that's
I had to fight two bitches
the judo babe.
in the same day. The way the story is structured in this game is so odd to me, but it's so reminiscent of like WWE games. I don't know, it's I feel like it needs to be like a genre. Like, you know how there's like Souls-like games? There needs to be like WWE-like games, you know what I mean? Because this is so like WWE. Anyway, the next cutscene, also the cutscenes are so jumbled because so we move from mud scene to go all the way to like match scene, and we're in the ring with the nurse. So the nurse is also just the nurse, not covered up, automatically -10 in my books, but the nurse is kind of like the antagonist of the whole game. Essentially, she says, oh, I'm gonna make my mom proud up there, and there's like up there, she could be down here. And Nika was like, what do you mean down here? Like hell? And that's not hell, but like, you know, down here, hint hint, because she's like the antagonist. I guess this like prompts them to fight in the ring, so that we have our third match. Yeah, I think I figured out the sort of recipe to win. Just keep grabbing, wear them down, don't give them a chance to fight back, and then whenever your like ultimate pops up, use the ultimate, and that's a guaranteed win. So I just kept repeating this method, and I was blazing through all the games, because at some point I was like, I want to know what actually happens, because like it's good. It was getting me intrigued. Okay, it was getting me intrigued. What do you mean her mom's here and her sister? Like, what? Like, look, they got me. Lucky they were getting me. And I was like, okay, I'm living. We beat Mrs. Nurse. And Mrs. Nurse, like, gets up and beats us up. Okay, she didn't beat us up, but, like, it felt like it. And Ash is, like, trying to, like, do something. Evil Rose steps back into the ring, right? Okay, so Evil Rose is high-key good, but she's also like bad. Mind you, it looks like she's being mind controlled by someone because of like, you know, obviously and so she jumps in the ring to protect us against Nurse, and Nurse is like, bitch, get out my way, okay? And Evil Rose is like, no, Reiko, go now. Nurse essentially admits that like Evil Rose is Reiko's sister. I don't know, it's a bit underwhelming. Mind you, this is only match. This is the third match, and we're finding out all of these things. And yeah, it seems a bit rushed, but to be fair, it wasn't meant to be like an 8-hour game. Like, we're already giving you ass and tits and all that stuff, and you still want like substantial gameplay and storylines. Girl, please. And this is what I'm talking about. We get shoved into yet another match that has nothing to do with us. When do we say enough?
Kamikaze Rose.
This time, we're facing the girl undercover, the other girl, the cowgirl undercover. And her name is something I can't be bothered to ask. Cowgirl's like, I've been waiting for this day. And in my mind, I'm just like, how you been waiting for this day if you don't know? None of my business. And then Rika was like, oh, me too, like they say Texas girls wrestle best. I don't know who said that, but that's the like perception that I guess Japanese people had of Mexicans. Texans. Yeah, so they end up fighting, and again, I whoop ass because that's what I do at this point. I know what to do. And the match was quite fun. I did kind of enjoy her moveset and all that stuff, but yeah, nothing special, but it was just fun. And then like she drops a bombshell, at least to me. She's like, you know, you really are something just like your mama. And that's when I was like, wait a minute, how long ago did her mom pass? Number one. Number two, how do you know my mom? Number three, how old are you, babe? Because you're telling me that you faced my mom in the ring. How old are we? I should be calling you auntie. Like, they just skip over so many plot holes in the story that just doesn't make sense. But alas, I'm just the girl we beat, Mrs. Texas Cowgirl Rose. I don't know, whatever. Then as Cowgirl disappears, boom, Makoto comes back. And Makoto is essentially fully clothed girl comes back, and she's like, Reiko must die. And she has like the same eyes as Evil Rose. And that's when I was like, is this the same person? Is this a sister? But like, no, they were just under the same mind control. But alas, I'm like, drama. Our 7th match starts. I don't know what match we're on. There's so many matches, but the match starts, okay? I think she took 2 tries. I'm locking in so bad, it's disgusting. But in the end, we beat her, and she's like in our arms, and I'm just like, oh my word, are you okay? And she's like, what did I do? And before she could speak, Nurse comes back. Mind you, Nurse's name is Anastasia. The drama. Anastasia, because she's like a doctor, and not anesthesia. And she essentially like spills the beans. She's like, I hate you, and I'm gonna make you pay in the worst way possible because you're messing with my super robots. Or like, not robots, like my super soldiers. You must worse. Yeah, so she leaves after like threatening us. And the next cutscene, Evil Rose is back in the ring. And we kind of confront them, and we're like,
helped me because I'm your little sister, right?
And Evil Rose is like, girl, if you don't get your ass out of here, I'm going to actually kill you. And that's when match 77 starts. Again, in the ring. I think I took about 3 tries for Evil Rose, because she was her submissions got me a lot, because you need like a lot of like, you get less points than usual to get out of submissions. So how it works is you have a set amount of points to get out of a submission, so you have to press the inputs that amount of times to get out of the submission, but the bar like doesn't reset, it keeps going. So say I have 100 and I used up 40, I have 60 left. I don't know why I'm doing maths, but we're on this road and we must continue on, and that's what I was sticking to. Anyway, so I think she beat me about 2 times with submissions alone, and that was quite horrible. I was a bit traumatized. And then we get another cutscene, and we essentially just like, girl, I beat your ass and I might beat your ass again. What's going on? Like, tell me. Like, you know, I assume she knocked some sense into her and like took away her mind control. But anyway, before she could speak, Nurse comes back again. And I'm also just like, where are these girls hiding? Because they just like pop up whenever they want, which is like fair, it happens in wrestling, but like I'm tired. Anyway, so Nurse pops back in. And she was just like, yeah, essentially saying you're a failure, you were beaten by your little sister, you dumb bitch. Evil Rose. And then she's like, the only person that can beat Reiko is like this person.
What a washed up has-been. I thought you'd be the only one able to pass Lady X's test.
Who's Lady X?
Looks like it'll be Reiko in the mother-daughter showdown.
Lady X is my mom. Were competing in Rumble Rose, which is the nurses like competition. So she's like, ha ha ha, you're beaten. And I guess Reiko goes to the final. And who's in the final? Her dead mother. Dun dun dun. At first I was like, okay, I don't know how or why, but like, cool. So her mother's still alive. And then Evil Rose is like, no, I don't know. Is her name like Fujika or something? I don't know what her sister's name is, but Evil Rose is what we're gonna stick with. Evil Rose is like, no, it's not our real mother. It's our fake mother. And Nurse is like, yeah. So she put her DNA into this like cyborg robot thing, which I guess makes sense. I mean, it's a Japanese game. Like, there's just everyone clap and shut up. She's known as like Lady X now, the mother. So I'll throw to that. Lady X is born, and that's who we're gonna face in the final. Yay, cool, right? Lady Rose pulls up, and she's blonde hair, blue eyes, white dragon. Okay, mind you, this is how I look, and this is blue eyes, white dragon, Lady X. I'm not asking questions, but I don't ask for a lot. I just ask that we like keep it consistent. I know it's a Japanese game. I know. I just ask for a little bit of consistency in my games, just a little bit. Anyway, so in the final we're facing Lady X, and let me tell you, look, at first time I was like, okay, she's kind of hard to beat, she's a bit annoying, and essentially how she works is if she gets a hold of you, you're done. She absolutely was the hardest to face, hence why she was the boss. Hello. But I think I faced her about 3 times, question mark. Yeah, I faced her about 3 times before I actually beat her. And once I beat her, I was like, yay, it's the end. It's not the end. She has a phase 2. And this phase 2, anyone ever get cold? Why is there a phase 2 in my WWE S game? She had a phase 2, and this time she has shed every piece of clothing on her body to show us like her metal enhancements, because she's like a robot now, whatever. So we get phase 2, and phase 2 was horrible. If I don't give her a chance to pick out of anything, I can win. So I just keep grabbing her. If I damage her, I go back and like I just weaken her until I get my prompt, press it, move on, have a good day, like, you know. But this time, if she sees that you're beating her, she just turns full robot. What the I'm dead, aren't I? Like, she has this one move where she literally just like takes off her, but everything starts spinning. I land up in the air, there's fire, there's everything. If you give her a little bit of an opening, you're dead. And I was dead about 27 times. But finally, after just hyper focus, locking in, we locked the hell in, I finally beat Lady X, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And I was like, how does this end, right? And Konami also made Tekken, and this is very like Tekken-esque in the end, because it's like flashbacks. I'm doing this for this person. I'm doing it for this person. I'm doing it for everybody that you've wronged. and then like final move, we beat the boss and the boss is dead. Well, the second boss, I don't know. And then Lady X is like, oh my gosh, you ruined my cyborg, you're gonna pay. And that, friends, is not the end, because we still have a long freaking speech about like, yeah, whatever comes my way, I'll keep fighting for the good of mankind and everyone's big massive breasts. And yeah, after that the game kind of just, you know, oh sorry, she looks back and her sister's gone, but like only the mask like remains on the actual, like in the actual ring. And dun dun dun, cliffhanger, I guess, because you know there is a part 2 of this game, and that's when we get the credits, you know. And yeah, game done. I was very surprised because I think I had about an hour and 40-minute proper game time, I guess, for the story, and I only had like 8 fights or something. So it isn't a long game, and it's just a game, you know. I don't know. Okay, is it fun? It is quite a lot of fun. Like on the fun scale, I will give it a good 4 out of 5. It's a fun game. Come on, it's a fun game. Okay, you can do a lot of cool stuff. I did like the gameplay mechanics, but that's also because I was very familiar with it. But if you're a newcomer coming in, you won't know what the hell to do, because buttons aren't the same, and like what you use there you wouldn't use there. It's very PS2-esque, if you know what I mean. But it was a lot of fun. Mechanics are easy to catch up on, if like it's easy to learn. Aesthetic wise, it has such a very specific PS2 aesthetic that it makes it like so much fun. So that was quite cool as well. Why does this game exist? This game exists for the girls and the gays and all the horny men in the background. Okay. It's just rated E for everyone. I'm joking. This game was supposed to be sort of, you know, a feminine. I don't know why this game was made. I'm trying to justify. I don't know why this game was made. But it's a fun game. It's a fun, silly, not so serious game. And there is a part 2. I don't know what the part 2 entails. And I'm just scratching the surface. I only play with one character. There's 25,000 characters. They might have different stories as well. But it was quite a fun game. And I guess why does this game exist? Because it's fun. It's just simple, mindless fun, and it's Konami. I mean, come on. Yeah, Rumble Roses. What a game. What a game of all time. That's me. That's my bit. I spoke so much, my throat hurts. Okay, bye.